Hello and welcome back to another episode of Space Engineers. And it is just about dawn. In a few moments there, the sun will rise over those hills, right between, can I get my cursor on screen? Not really, but if the menu wasn't in the way, right here there's the valley of those two mountains in the distance, sort of the hill and then the mountain. The sun is going to rise right through there in just a couple minutes as my solar towers, yes, plural, have started to track. I got through the night with just a tiny bit of battery left. We've got only 9.6%. Our battery, like our power usage, is good right now, actually. With all of these power efficiency nodes all set up this way, this is actually not using that much power. However, that's assuming I'm not flying around mining and I'm not doing other stuff that requires power. That's assuming I just sit here and refine stuff, which I don't want to just sit here and refine stuff forever. I want to sit here and refine stuff for a bit, but then I want to go flying and I want to make a large block atmospheric ship, and I want to do all sorts of fun stuff. So I'm going to need more power. Hence the second solar tower. Now they just turned off. Wait, I want to turn them back on, make sure they're here. So in the programmable block, you can go into here and you can go to base light management, and you can actually have the thing manage your lights for you. So I'll just turn that off so all the lights are on. I added these little lights here, changed the color to yellow, and made them flash because I was afraid that if I was flying back in the mining ship in the middle of the night, I wouldn't see the towers and I'd run right into them. And that would be a bad thing. So I had little warning lights, which if we use the solar script, we can have the base light management be set to true. And then it'll automatically turn those off when the solar panels have reached 50% of their if I can't speak, maximum solar output. So that means, basically, when light is falling on the panels, my base lights will turn off, which is awesome. And yes, we are going to have to go for another panel, because simply, this one is keeping us going, but it's not letting us charge up and do stuff. So we're going to put in, I've already got 2 there set up, so we've got 10 more panels that we want to add to that. So we're going to go in here and we are going to go to the large blocks and we are going to set 10 panels to produce. Oh, that's set to disassemble. That's not what I want to do. Clear that. I want to produce 10 panels. There we go. Assembling. Go, my assemblers. Of course, dragging all of the stuff out of here and getting that everything in place. While that's making, and we get our second solar tower up for the day, man, these things are really going crazy yet. When the sun is first coming up and it hasn't really shone on them directly, they go a little nuts in their positioning. It's kind of funny. But soon we will have our power start up. What do we got here? We're at 9.8%, but we are recharging. Excellent. I've kind of figured out how I want my base to be laid out. So from this panel to the base, there is 10 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then the panel on the 11th. So the exact same thing over here with 10 in between. And what I've done is I have in between that corner and that corner, there's 20 blocks. So this is twice the length that these are going out. Then, I'm not sure how long I'm going to make this, but I'm probably going to make it like 20, maybe Yeah, probably this section will be 20 blocks or so, make this a nice square. Then I'm going to make a certain part of this corner right here 10 blocks longer than normal, and I'm going to make a nice little like garage where I can park a rover of some kind. And behind the refineries here, I'm going to put in a bunch of storage. So that's sort of how things are going to be laid out in the future. Eventually, this conveyor sorter is going to go into this directly, and that cargo container will be moved in the future. So this sort of wall of refineries and assemblers, and then behind them is going to be a whole bunch of storage containers. That is going to be how I'm going to set up my industry. This will get removed. This will be a nice open area here where I can, do stuff and have a battery bank and such. Then this, extending out this way, maybe about 10 more blocks, is going to be a garage. So there's going to be parking on the roof for my various aircraft, and maybe a platform off to one side. Then we're going to have one solar, two solar, and then probably off of this corner, we're going to go 10 blocks this way and do another solar. So that way we'll have, in the end, a solar here, solar there, solar there. And that 3 will probably be more than enough power for the base and everything we want to do. And then coming out to about there, doing that will be a nice garage with a sort of archway over it. And then a more blocky industrial looking building will be our main base. And that's going to be the design. And that's how I'm going to do it. So today is going to be some renovations to get that ready. We're going to make another large cargo container, and then we're going to push everything out of this using conveyor sorters, because we're enjoying using those. First thing to do is let's move this up a little bit. So we're going to cut this off, and I'm going to go and grab everything I need to make, everything of those. I grabbed everything I need to make 15 or so. And that is going to be the main input into the system. So we're going to put the conveyor sorters, which is conveniently on 6, pointing down into there. That's where it's going to live, right near the base. So that way I don't have to fly up or anything, 20 computers, in order to get that, change its settings. I can see it from here. I can weld it, I can change, hopefully I can change settings right here. If not, I can change it quite easily because the setting things will be right there. Now from that, we're going to have the straight tube going up like so. We're going to have one block of extra space, so in case I need to do anything over top of the refineries, in case I need to use these top ones, I probably will use some of these top ones to access the roof and spread around some tubing on the roof, because I want to put also turrets on the roof so that we can protect the base from various threats. So we want to leave this one block of space. Then we're going to get the solar panel off the bar there. We're going to get the connector out and throw it down up top here. But I need steel plates to build it. Do I not have steel plates on me? That seems weird. I always have steel plates on me. And so this connector... Okay, so this will be... If I make this into a layer that I have free in the base, then that's going to be the roof layer. And I kind of want the connector to be sticking one block out of the roof, I feel, or right up against the roof. Probably one block. Oh, let's try to make it flush. Let's see how that works. I might do it so it's just one block up from the roof. So it's a little bit... Yeah, let's do that. One block up from the roof. We want it to be a little bit easier to land on and not have to worry about hitting the roof. And that needs computers as well. Although we could just steal these ones. The ship will hover there for the moment as we transfer this stuff over. And then we'll go park it in its new location. Cut that there. That is fine. Let's take this thing and just quickly park it over here, so that way it's not hovering. This will be our new drop-off point. And deposit all the everything we need for these. And set this up as the conveyor sorter drain all for everything. No filters. So that is going into this conveyor sorter. Not sorter, the conveyor junction, which will give it access to absolutely everything. So when it pushes into there, if there's space for it to throw materials, it'll go into there. If not, it's going to come out of there and back towards where there's going to be storage containers, which are going to be, let's see, if this right here is going to be our wall, basically, we need to fit our stuff in there, probably right there, and we'll tuck it into the corner here. How many can we fit in? They don't need to be special or anything. We just need mass storage, just so we can have access to stuff. And we could fit in 4 of them before we reach the end, which I have not counted up the blocks that this station is. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right. 15 blocks. You know, that's fine. I'm actually okay with that. If we put a wall down this side, and we put a wall down here, you know, that wraps around the base quite nicely. So it'll be a 20 by 15 base. We've got those 4, which we could move 2 of them over a little bit. Alternatively, I could just put 3 in here and have room for some tricky conveyor sortering stuff, but it's not needed. Did I not do anything? No, I didn't even move those. It needs to be there. And there. Excellent. Oh, a little bit of frame derps. This happens when a new ship... let's see. Yeah, there it is. When a new ship gets within range and gets loaded in, there's always a little bit of frame drop. But that's fine. That's expected. So, these conveyors are going to connect to each other, so these grids will be fine. From here, what we can do... Oh, man. I'm tempted just to make this 3. I'm tempted to make it and do some funky conveyor sortering back here instead of just sort of dumping everything in one spot. If we did 3, how would that look? We would have one way down here, like that. We'd have just like one in the middle, like that. This would have 2 blocks between it, and that would have 2 blocks between it. Oh, that's so symmetrical and nice. Oh, I have to do it that way. Okay. This also gives us a little bit of room to do stuff. We'll figure out some way to sort this conveyor stuff in the future. For the meantime, I'm just going to hook up one of these, just to hook it up and get it functioning. Let's curve this up so that it's on the right level. Come on. Spin around now. Oh my god. There you go. That's how I want you to go. So that's at the right level. So let us weld these up. We also need to do that little bit of a S pipe right here as well. We'll put them and do like that. And then remove that. Have this conveyor sorter going that way. I need computers again, don't I? Let's just grab everything I need for a conveyor sorter. Excellent, I love that. And that way, none of this stuff can now put stuff back over here. It can only drain that way. Okay, so much little renovations we can do here. Let us build this one. We need a whole bunch of stuff for it. So let's get it. We need some metal grids and a display. And that's it. The rest of the stuff I don't need on me. So let's drop everything else. Do you have metal grids? Yes. We have displays? Yes. Do we have enough metal grids? That is a good question. No, we're lacking a bit of metal grids. So let's go to here. Production, let's make a couple sets of metal grids. We'll get that functioning. Also, another thing I did is I got the second assembler set up, and I have it so it's automatically assisting the first assembler in whatever it builds. I have a ton of metal grids over here in this this container, my temporary container. Awesome. That's another thing we're gonna have to transfer over eventually. All that stuff. Okay. That is good. We've got that set up. Owie. Let's go fuel that up. And now, before we set this to drain all, to drain this container, we just need to boot-a-doop and da-doop to connect it up. And that should be everything. I think this will probably be the main overflow, and then I'm going to have, like, push something from here to this one, and push from there to that one, sort of thing. You know, that kind of feeling. I think that will probably be how it'll work. But on top of this, we're going to take this and head on over this way. As I fly around. And plug it in. Oh, I gotta get rid of the turret in the meantime. Your ammo turret. As you are in the way, turret. It's a little bit of ammo there. Okay. Grab stuff to build those again. And attach this little thing to the base. And then when we drain all from way over there, it'll drain everything from this side and push it all over there, which will be perfect. It's exactly what we want. So much Martha Stewarding right now. Well, I used to play Minecraft a lot with my friend, and he would be the, I'm gonna build something and be like really experimental with it and screw around and do all that kind of stuff. And then I'd come along afterwards and I'd be like, everything is not lined up, and go back and reposition everything. With that set to drain, we should start to see these cargoes getting pulled out and everything being pushed over into this bad boy here. Excellent! And that should include this initial cargo container that we made. Yep, starting to pull. And as soon as that's empty, we can rip down this entire structure here all the way back to here, cutting that off, and then using this input to reposition where our O2H2 is and the medical bay is. So we can have our medical bay right here, and we can have our H2O2 right there, and it'll be perfect. And then we just have one little pipe going to the medical bay. It's perfect. It's glorious. Then everything is nice and compact in one end of the base. We have a bunch of room here to run around and set up great big walls with LCD panels and such, and do all sorts of awesome things. But I think we should probably be done. Yes, we are done. Now comes the great grind as we knock down all of our little temporary tubing here. This did not get the ice out of it. That's okay. We're going to send the ice over to the large cargo container, and even though this thing is going to be screaming for ice because it's seasoned in the network, it's not going to be able to pull it back because there is the ooh, I don't want to break this down. There is the sorter in the way, preventing it from coming back. So we can drop our stuff in there, and it'll automatically get pulled out towards there. So excellent. If you ever need to move stuff around in your base, oh, do it with conveyor sorters. If I had to manually run back and forth with that stuff, that would have been really annoying. Come on, get these last few things. And done. Excellent. Get this large cargo container ground down. No. Okay. I let some stuff drop. So we'll deposit all of that into that cargo container, which we will build up here in a minute. Grab the stuff off the ground. And conveyor sorter, you have done your work. There we go. So let us just unequip this stuff for a second. We want that H2O2 generator, which we're going to slap right there. Let's go grab the stuff we need from it. This will be our convenient access. This is where we'll access practically everything from our assembler, which makes it really easy to see what we're doing. 327 more solar panels to create. We will pull out stuff in the generator. Make this H2O2. I guess it's O2H2. But, whatever. Same thing. Now that it's back on the network without a conveyor sorter in the way, it pulls its ice back. Excellent. Now the scary bit. We're going to move the medical bay, because if we die while moving the medical bay, we're dead. And that's how it works. Alright, top up here with all my stuff. And let's move this thing quickly. We want to place it right, let's see, probably snug back in this corner would be kind of cool. There is this access on the back end here, so we can just snake a tube right over top. That would be that would actually be nice and snug right back here. That's perfect. Aha! Yay! All right. Now the long process of welding some of these big blocks up. Takes so long. Excellent. Okay. All right. Let's get that thing hooked up to the grid, we're going to need our conveyors. And we're going to need 1, 2, 3. And that's it. 1, 2, 3. Do. Because all we need to do is span these 3 blocks. So going up, going to the right there, and then going down into the system. It doesn't matter the fact that it's going through an assembler. That's fine, as we will demonstrate that by coming over here. We have hydrogen at 79%, but when we use this, our hydrogen gets refilled. Which means that this bad guy here is making hydrogen that can go all the way over here. And now, oh, we have so much free space! My industry is so nice and packed in. And if we need to access the back, we can walk around on the right side. And we can walk back in here. And we can get back into our industrial area. Which, in the future, if we ever get any reactors, we can like put a couple in here. And of course, that would be for the very big future. But anything else that we want to slap back here? I think next, as well, we're going to have to figure out a nice place to put a battery bank, as that would be very useful. I'm thinking this wall back here might be a nice place. So this is my medical room, and then right after it, let me just grab a few steel plates, like so. We can put in like 1, 2, 3, 4 sort of thing, and just do a whole wall of batteries. So we have a ton of power storage, and then above them we'll probably put some glass and various designs for the roof, and we'll be able to see our solar panels from inside, and it'll be glorious. Because what I'd like to do for this thing is I'd actually like to discharge it. The battery for the two batteries on the mining ship are recharging, and we're going to move it eventually. But we don't want to lose any of the power in it, because it does have 16.4%. We don't want to lose it. We now are going to... We have 185 solar bits left. We're going to do large blocks, and we're going to go... Well, let's make everything... It's just iron, nickel, and silicon. We have tons of that, and we can always get more. So let's make everything we need for 10 batteries. Which will be a lot, but shouldn't be that bad. But since we've got so much stuff that is made up and ready for solars right now, let's go and build solar panels, because we need this power. We need this power so badly. But this is really taking a long time. I mean, manually welding up these panels, this is going to take forever to do all of them. We should do this faster. What we should do is we should make a new atmospheric ship for welding and for building, because this guy, he's going to be decommissioned eventually, but he's only good for mining. I'm eventually going to build a better mining ship. But if you can look here, these small tubes only work for ores. They actually don't work for components. You need to use the large ones, because if we look at a welder, we can see it only has a large port on it. So we need to use large. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a new welder, and it's going to be great. So let's clear everything off. We'll get our landing gear. We'll get our cockpit. We'll get our battery. We'll get our welder. We'll get our conveyor. And that'll be a good place to start. Let us go grab... The only downside is that we're not going to be easily be able to access our full inventory here. We're going to have to scroll down to it, but that's fine. We're going to have to grab a few hundred of that and 100 of that just to get us everything we need to lay everything out. And get a small one, align it to the grid, and drop it there. And let's build off of this. Do like we always do. Build a few up to give me room to maneuver around it and see underneath it. Slap down a cockpit on top. And now we need to position the welding arms. Now I'm thinking I'm going to do two. So for conveyor, we're going to grab the conveyor. We're going to do a junction right behind the cockpit. We're going to have it so that the big blocks are horizontal, like so. Then we're going to do a tube on either side, like so. And then we're going to slap on that welder. It's going to be a thick ship. She's going to have some thickness to her. Just like that. And that will be our welder. Alternatively, we could push this out a bit further if you wanted to make these arms a little further out, but I don't feel that there's a need for that. We want a cargo container. We'll get rid of the welders as we've placed those, so we'll grab a medium cargo. That's a large one. We don't need a large one on here. We need a medium. Excellent. Since we know that the if we look at this thing, the large ones are horizontal. That's how we put it on there. We can do the cargo container with it facing in there, like so. And now, I have to think about this. We need a way for it to hook up. How are we going to get this stuff in here? Because we need a large one for it to connect on. We could connect down the back, but that's kind of annoying. I like to design the ship so that its connection's on the bottom so it can rest on something. If the power cuts out, we're probably going to put another smokestack off of one of these refineries to pull stuff for this. I don't want to put it on the back. We could just go like this and go connector and slap it down right there. Boom, and have that work. Which might be okay. I don't really want to jigger around with this build and make it really huge just to make that work. Like just to make it so that's facing downwards. Because in the perfect world, it would be facing downwards right here. Then I'd have to rejigger the build and most likely have like two conveyor sorters that are beside each other, and then it would just get annoying, and let's not do that. So let's have it like that. Let's get rid of that stuff as we've placed it all. We don't need the conveyor tubes anymore. We do need atmospheric thrusters, though. What we'll do is we'll get two large ones, and we'll stick them in this little pocket we've made for ourselves. As this thing's going to need a lot of downwards thrust to maneuver and position itself. And then we have plenty of space on top of the ship to do stuff like backwards thrust and... Well, I can't place side thrust on there? That's sucky. Why not? I can place it there. I can place it on the edge of that thruster. Oh, that's kind of silly. It's because that's a tube. It doesn't like placing things on tubes. And then a few facing backwards. And this thing isn't really ever going to fly that long or go on extended trips. So, I'm also contemplating moving these ones here forward a bit. We're going to slap down just one battery on this thing. I think that's all it's going to need. 1, 2, 3. I think that's the most forward I can make it. So we'll take one battery, put it right there. Ooh. And then put some backwards thrust on it. 2, 3. And that's essentially the miner. Oh wait, we have to do a... We can't forget gyroscopes or else the ship just won't frickin' fly. That's not a good thing. Let's have 2 gyros. One there. And one there. That'll be nice and balanced. And it'll take me a few minutes, but let's get this all welded up. And it is all welded up. Just took me about like 10 minutes to slap together. We're definitely going to have to put some lights on this and probably paint it up in the future to make it look like it's a construction ship or something. Let's cut it off its base. See if it flies. It certainly does. Clean up those blocks. And let's see. Seems to rotate pretty nicely with the 2 gyros. Check the control panel. Everything is built. We'll get the tools on there. We can see the little things lighting red, which means that they would be welding if we had stuff to weld with. And now all we have to do is park it before it runs out of fuel. Not sure where to stick this in the meantime. Probably right here off of this. So let's jump out and let's build a couple tubes out and slap a connector on there temporarily, as we just need to transfer some stuff and steal a little charge from the base before we start building our stuff up. And with the new solar tower, we shouldn't have to worry about things running out of power anytime soon. That should be okay. Set that to switch lock. How did I have it on the other ship? Was it 8 or 9? I want to make this consistent for all my ships. It was 9 for the batteries, 8 for the connectors. So connector on 8, switch lock, 9 for the battery, toggle recharge. Excellent. So let's go and park our butts into that connector. Oh, I'm over top of it. That's not good. Look at it from the side here. And park up. Excellent. Alright, so let's take a look at our inventory. We've got our local grid is the normal color, and any subgrids are off color. So let's find our medium cargo container, and let's find the heavy part of the solar array is the solar cells. So let's grab those. Also, they're going to need large steel tubes and some other stuff as well. I'm not exactly sure, but we'll go and figure that out right now. So I know they need solar cells, large steel tubes, some computers, some construction components, and steel plates. Okay. So back to that. We'll get construction components. We'll get some steel plates. That's filling that up. And we'll grab a few computers, throw them in the connector. Alright. That should be everything we need in order to build these solar towers. So let's unlock. Let's see if we float. Yeah, we do. We got just like 5 or 10 minutes of flight time here, and my battery is just barely able to keep this thing flying, but that's okay. It doesn't need to do much because this is just a local flyer, and we can start welding these two up Look how much faster this is. Oh, that was glorious. All right. Let's continue forward here. Yeah, this thing probably needs another battery. Not sure where I'll stick it, but it's hitting its 100% on its power. Let's get this one welding. Take a look at that from the outside. Oh, okay. Screenshot material there. I need to. That, print screen. No, I won't do that. I'll do that later. What I need to do. That, F12. There we go. Screenshot taken. Haha! Glorious. That is definitely screenshot material. Got that one built up. We got 3 more. And we got 2 solar panels fully equipped. 6 more minutes of flight time. Welded, and last one. Get both of the welders on it so it welds up fast. And that's it. We got 2 fully functional solar arrays. Yes! Let's get this thing parked. Ow. That's okay. And let's lock it up. Oh, that's awesome! Oh, yes! Let's take a look at how the battery is doing. Although this one is set to decharge. So, let's see. This one is at 12% and draining. My miner's battery, right? Miner batteries. Yeah, is this one. We were fully recharged in 6 minutes. The welder battery will be recharged in an hour. In the meantime, we should build those, because these should be done. Okay, dump everything off. That is a lot of stuff. These batteries are heavy. Insufficient space for power cell. Need 46 more. Okay, this one's got everything it needs. That one needs more power cells. There's so much stuff. That one got everything it needs. What I can do is I can just manually place the stuff with my character for stuff like this. Then I can go grab the welding ship to do the hard part of actually welding the stuff up. If we want. So there's 5 batteries, all got all their bits. And what we can do is we could fly over here. We could get in. We can actually get stuff out of our local inventory so we don't have to carry it around anymore. Get to this thing. Drop all these steel plates and stuff off because we've already deposited all of the materials at the building site. We just need to go and weld it up, which should be pretty fast. Yeah, weld. And thankfully, these things do come with a little bit of charge themselves, which means we'll have some more power in the base. And topped off. That's 4 batteries. This thing's got what? 7 minutes of flight time? That's enough. Can we grab everything we need for another one? Why not get 5 in there? Grab the remaining items. Get that plugged in. Let me into my ship. And let's get this thing welded up. Also, what we can do with this ship if we want to, which I kind of want to do. We got 7 minutes here of flight time. Let's do this quickly. We can get a grinder, and I can probably even put this on the ship itself right now. We can... Whoa, hello. Why did... Oh, because those thrusters were connected to the frickin' thing. That's why. Okay, we're gonna have to list the ship like this. We have 5 minutes to fix this issue. Oh god, I put myself on a timer. Come on, grind it, grind it. Atmo. That. Okay, go, 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 go. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put a grinder on this thing so that we can grind down stuff if we need to. Get that done up. We'll get the atmospheric back on. I forgot that they were connected there. That was the only place they were connected. Oh my god. I'm such a dork. 4 minutes of flight time. We're doing okay. Then block tools will be the grinder. We'll put that on right click. Yeah. So now if we want to, we can use the grinder to grind down stuff. Like this battery. We probably lost a little bit of charge in this battery, but that's okay. And now that it's all ground down, we can look at our inventory, and we've got its bits in our inventory, which is awesome. So we can have our utility ship, we can weld, and we can grind, which is going to be very useful. Whoa, I didn't want to do that. I want to press V, not F. I want to see the outside of my ship. Let me get this thing parked before it runs out of battery. Come on. Finesse. Level it off. Lock it up. Recharge. Alright. Now that should be fine to just leave on recharge. And actually it would probably be fine just to leave this bad boy on recharge too. Because the base now has all of these batteries, which do come with 30%, which is quite nice. So there's actually a lot more power on the base because we just slapped these batteries down. They are going to be depleted fairly quickly. They say they're going to be depleted in 26 minutes, but this stuff is going to be filled in 20 seconds. It's 13 minutes, so in a few seconds here, these are going to go from fully depleted in 26 to probably fully depleted in an hour, maybe? Because these two batteries won't be screaming for input. Because right now, they're getting 4.32 megawatts. And in a few seconds here, it'll go down to nothing. And these batteries will be like, oh, well, we're good, man. So 3, 2, 1, and it goes from 37 minutes to an hour. Exactly what I predicted. Or even just that. 2 hours. So yeah, lots more power on the base. We've got 2 nice big solar towers giving us full efficiency. Oh man. And I'm thinking I want to add another one. I'd like to. I think 2 is going to be good for now. We've got a lot of batteries for them to fill up. The big draw that we're doing right now is we're filling up both of our ships. Once they're full, then that big draw won't be there. Like if we went into the ship right now and we turned this battery charge to off and we looked at the control panel, you see these will be recharging within 5 hours, which is just fine. Good progress, good progress. But I think for the next episode, because sun's starting to go down, although what I would like to do is do one quick mining trip to the lake, because I need some ice. Because next episode, I'd like to build an atmospheric ship. Not an atmospheric, a hydrogen-based ship. I'd like to see how strong the hydrogen are, and how ice-hungry they are with the changes I put in the mod for efficiency. Because I haven't tested this before. I literally just stuck it in there because I thought it would make my life a little bit easier doing a no uranium run, basically. And so we'll see how much ice per hour or per minute or whatever the equivalent hydrogen-based ship to, say, something this size would be. We'll make a hydrogen ship, something that would technically be capable of going out into space. We'll put a little mining drill on it. We'll fill it up with a little bit of this ice that I'm gathering now. We'll fly it over to the lake and we'll have it hover. And we'll see how fast it's eating its ice, and whether or not it even needs a tank or not. Because if it's only using 1/10 of the hydrogen, it could just get by on the hydrogen that is being actively produced by a O2H2 generator. That'd be kind of cool. Of course, in the future, we need to finish out the base, design a hangar for a vehicle. I'd like to make essentially a flatbed truck for the miner, so I can drive the miner long distance, pack a whole bunch of stuff, and then drive the miner back. That way I'm using less power, because driving is way less power than flying, and I'm able to haul way more stuff because I can make that a big, large cargo container on a flatbed truck that the miner could drop off and make basically repeated mining trips with one large drive on either end. It'd be kind of cool. So we want to do that. We want to make its garage for that. We want to make our hydrogen ship, see how do the hydrogen testing. Once we get that hydrogen ship set up, maybe a quick expedition to space to just set up a few coordinates, maybe find ourselves a little bit more silver, make some more bottles and a backup medical bay. That way, if that one medical bay is destroyed, we're not completely screwed. But there is a whole bunch to do, and unfortunately, the sun is going down as we fly back to base, and our ice-laden ship. That's going to be it for this episode. Lots of renovations done. Really not that much exploring, not that much else. Oh, base is over there. I need to put an antenna on the base so I won't get turned around like that again. But we did organize the base a bunch and get another solar tower set up, so taking care of our energy needs. But that is going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, and good hunting.